Good evening, everyone. It has been a calm, warm, and dry evening in the Big Country and the Concho Valley live on the San Angelo Sky Tracker. Not really a whole lot to talk about. Not a cloud in the sky as the moon rises across the area. It's really been like this the whole month of October, and granted, we're only 8 days into the month of October. It is worth noting, though, just about every single day this month so far, we've seen temperatures 90 degrees or warmer. Monday was an exception, though. It was a bone-chilling 89. We made up for it today. The high at San Angelo Mathis Airport, 91 degrees, 89 Abilene and Brownwood. Main weather story for us, we've kind of had the cool start to the day and a very warm finish to the day with those high temperatures in the upper 80s, lower 90s. We're cooler now though, 76 San Angelo, 76 Breckenridge, 74 Abilene, 75 Snyder, and in the 70s near Interstate 10 as well. It certainly hasn't felt like fall. Definitely, if you looked at the thermometers, you'd think it was more like August instead of October. Still though, if you find yourself doing any of those fall-like activities, maybe visiting a pumpkin patch across west central Texas, evening definitely going to be the best time to go out and get any of those fall photos. 84 by 7 p.m., 70s by about 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening. We're seeing low humidity across the area thanks to those winds out of the east, so that's at least a little bit of reprieve. My official forecasted high for your Wednesday, 93 in San Angelo. Thursday, looking to be my warmest day on the 7-day forecast, 95 degrees. A little bit of good news, it's not record-breaking heat. Certainly is on the warm side, 94 for your Friday. Make sure you are drinking lots of water for Friday night football. Not expecting any water from the skies, no clouds or rain to talk about. Nearest activity to us, all the way in New Mexico, and it's really started to fizzle out since the sun has set across the area. I want to take some time to talk about Hurricane Milton. This is the most recent outlook from the National Hurricane Center. It's a Category 5. As it approaches the state of Florida, it is going to start to weaken thanks to a little bit less favorable environment. Still though, western coast of Florida, I'm expecting high impacts from storm surge. So if you have loved ones in that area, just encourage them to pay attention to those local officials and those local meteorologists as well. Not expecting any impacts from Milton for us. High of 93 for your Wednesday in the Concho Valley, 95 for your Thursday. Early next week though, we could finally start to see a little bit of change thanks to a front moving through the area. Now for a closer look at Big Country weather, here's meteorologist Chris Nation. Chris?
Yeah, but I want to give them another view of this hurricane because we've been showing them a lot of the infrared scans on it, and that's that really detailed stuff because most of the time we don't show the visible satellite because, well, you can't see it once the sun goes down. But this is the run of the last 6 hours. The hurricane has begun to move quickly, as you were telling them just a few minutes ago. This storm is still headed for Florida. It is on target, and as it moves between the water, stretching off the edges of Mazatlan, stretching all the way up as it's starting off targeting Florida, it is in what we call that prime zone. What do I mean by that? As it goes through the Gulf, the water in the Gulf is about 2 to 3 degrees warmer than the water outside of the Gulf. Well, thinking, okay, Chris, what's the big deal about that? That is a huge deal because even just 2 or 3 degrees difference in that water is the difference between normal gas in your car and jet fuel in your car. That's how big of a difference 2 or 3 degrees makes. As the storm continues to move towards the northeast, it is rapidly intensifying. It will continue to draw that moisture in as that moisture comes off the water and uses that as jet fuel. That's why this is such a big deal. And that's why the storm was able to go to a Category 5. And again, that is why we're so concerned about Florida, because as it's moving through that water, it is moving through a pool of its kind of jet fuel. Now, back here in our neck of the woods, run you through the hour by hour on our weather impact, there's nothing there. I mean, it was in motion as I was talking. There was not a single frame of energy or cloud cover. High pressure is dominating for us, the exact opposite of that hurricane. Tonight, your overnight low is going to be in the mid-60s to a couple of upper 60s, depending on where you're at. Moisture content is low enough at this point. I'm not even showing fog developing, so much less any threat of storm energy. Now, the high pressure that's over us is going to be slowly moving towards us and over us the next 2 or 3 days. It's actually kind of being backed off by the hurricane in its clockwise motion. All of that working together to give us warm weather. Sunny skies and highs flirting with the triple degree marker when we're talking about Halloween being in 3 weeks. This is definitely above average where it should be. it is going to be a warm few days. Let's talk about the next few for you. Now, we've got 91 to 93 degrees tomorrow. That's not bad, but then look at what happens for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. All three, as the high pressure goes directly over us, will absolutely cook us. 95 degrees. I think even Thursday could wind up being 96 or 97. Very hot weather as we move forward. Much cooler next week.